Hi everyone, Linda here from Gumnut Lane Wearable Art. I haven't done any videos for just over a month now, and I just wanted to explain to you why. I haven't been very well. Not sure if I want to talk too much about it, but I just wanted to let you know because even though I'm feeling fine at the moment, things could change. I actually have a terminal illness, and I was diagnosed nearly 2 years ago. And after being very sick to start with, I got a lot better, and that's when I started doing these videos. But then I took a turn for the worse about a month ago, and it's taken me a while to get over it. There is a lapse in time between videos. That's more than likely the case with what's going on with me. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you all know that. Yeah, I'm a very private person, so I find this very hard to talk about. But anyway, we'll get on with the video that I wanted to share with you all. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Okay, that's enough about that. All right, so what I wanted to share with you today is we're going to make an earring like this. I wanted to show you that you can use other things as well as, just doing the Freeform. You can actually, I'm trying to think of a word to use here, and words are so hard sometimes. Other, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzy-headed at the moment. Anyway, you know what I mean. You can use other things in with your Freeform. Sorry, it's yeah, feeling a little bit emotional here at the moment. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So what I have here, whoops, is a wooden ring, some beads that I've just chosen, and they're just the pearls. They're just glass pearls. Some little glass AB type rice-shaped beads in there, and a couple of larger pearls. So with these ones, I think a 3mm, and these would be 4mm, maybe 4 or 5mm. There, so just pick out some smaller type beads. An ear hook, of course, you're going to need. Needle and thread. I've got about 1.5 arms length of thread on there, and it's 8-pound fire line in the smoke. And my needle size is I think it's a 12. I'm pretty sure I chose a 12. And you're also going to need a pair of, gosh, I'm sorry, my brain has just got all, okay, I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. And this is to help you pull your needle through if you need to. All right, let's get started. So what we need to do here, you don't need a stop bead or anything like that on here. We're just going to grab our thread. Just move my light a little bit there. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this all on camera. I'm trying hard. Move it down a little bit. There we go. We're just going to tie it on with a square knot. I'll try and think of my words I was trying to use before while I'm doing this. Still can't think of what I wanted to call these other, I'm sorry, my brain is just so fuzzy. Part of that's medication as well that I'm on. So we've got our square knot tied there. You can just leave your little tail there for a moment. You don't want to need a very long tail. Beads, seed beads I should have. I've got some, let me look in the right way around. These are called amethyst. I'm not sure what the CL is for. Amethyst Montana Matte. They're a Mitsuno. That's the code number there if you wanted to write it down for those beads. It's like a denim blue. And I also have opaque turquoise. They're a Mayuki. That's the code there, 412. Excuse me. And this is a, I think that's silver lined. Yeah, silver line light teal matte AB Mitsuno. And the code is F645. And another denim blue. The first one I showed you was the matte. It's the same colour, but that was the matte. And this is, I think that stands for colour lined. Yes, I think it is. Colour line Amethyst Montana. It's a Mitsuno. And the code is 399H. And they're all size 11. So I'm going to tip little piles of these out. Don't need too many of each colour. Less you put out, less you've got to pick up later. Okay, I could have had these put out before, but as I said, my brain's not working totally right at the moment. Alright, so we've got those colours out there. I'll just pull my mat down a little bit. So we're just going to pick up, you can just pick up whatever you like. It doesn't have to be exact, just like pick up 2 of those. One of those, doesn't matter, just randomly. Well, I found a word, randomly. I hope everybody's been well, and since I've spoken to you last. Okay, so I'm just going through that ring now. Wanting to pull it around and get it reasonably tight. So you want your beads. It's a little bit fiddly to start with, but you'll get it. Alright, they're all nice and neat. Now I need a few more there, as you can see, to bring me around to meet up with the other ones. I've missed making these videos while I've been sick, but I just didn't feel well enough to sit here and do this. I have been making jewelry, but to sit here and do this, and as even my brain is fuzzy now, but it was worse before, so it would have been terrible. Not that I'm great at it now, but it would have been even worse. Okay, so coming through that first one that we put on there. Oh, sorry, I wasn't on camera. Move this down a little bit more. So I've just come through the first bead that we put on the thread to start with, to complete the circle. Okay, pull that nice and tight. Now from here I'm just going to pick up a few more beads. those down. Excuse me. Go through the ring with your needle. Components, there we go. You can use other components. I knew the word had come to me eventually. So this could be a metal ring. It could be a square. It could be a triangle. It could be whatever you've got, whatever you feel like you want to make. I wouldn't go with a very narrow ring. It would just well, it may work. I've never tried it, but I'm just feeling that it would be extremely hard to get your beads to sit around. Maybe if you use 15s, you might be able to do it. But you've got to remember, if you use 15s, you can't pass through many times. So okay, now you can see right there, I'm going to go back through that blue bead there. And I'm just going to pass through this one here because I want to keep them all in fairly neat lines. If I can get through there. Okay, now I'm going to pick up some more beads. Bring those down. Now if your tail thread starts getting in your way, you can cut it off. Just don't cut it off too close to your knot. It'll all be covered up anyway by the time we finish putting these beads on. One more in there and go through that bead there. Okay, now you can see here we need a few more to come up and meet in there, so pick up a few more. As I said, this first bit is a bit fiddly. I'm going to get up there through that bead, and you can do it. Go through the other couple there. I might have added a couple too many on there, but it won't matter because we're going to tie it all in tight anyway. So I want one more loop of beads. I'm pretty sure I did 4, just let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, for one more row, so I'll come back when I've done that last row and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back. So I've finished the 4th row, so we've got 4 rows going around. Now what we're going to do, and I've cut off my tail thread there too, just leaving a little bit. We're going to pass underneath all of those threads there. Pulling that in nice and tight. Okay, now we're just going to pass up through, and this doesn't matter so much on this side here because this is the front and it's where we're going to be covering it up. Excuse me, with my hand there, covering it up with our beads here, so you're not going to see it. So you want to keep the back side reasonably neat because that's what people will see from behind, but the front side doesn't matter so much. So just passing back up through. There we go. Now this is where we can start to build our sorry, words again, our embellishment on the front. So I'm going to start off with one of the bigger pearls at the top. Just see where I'm coming out there. So I'm going to come up through 2 of those beads there. Passing my needle back through to the front. Okay, grabbing a bead. Pulling it down to the work. And I just realised I forgot to grab my little 15 O's. Okay, so I'll stop the video here. I'll grab my 15 O's and I also need to grab my, I forgot to show you, little Rizzo beads here. So I'll grab those as well. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. I got my Rizzo beads. So these ones are Rizzo, obviously, RZ. 256-T6313. Doesn't say what colour they are, but they're like a green turquoise. And I also grabbed my 15s, and they are 414 in opaque cobalt because I couldn't get them in the 15s in the amethyst Montana. But if you want to, you can get them in that colour. Go ahead and get them. And also to opaque turquoise in the 15s, and the number is 412. Okay, so that's taken care of that. Right, let's get on with this. So we've got the pearl on, picking up one of the blue, or whatever colour you're using. You don't have to use the same colours I'm using, obviously. Pick up a 15-0, bring it down to your pearl. Going to pass back through the pearl, not the 15-0, just the pearl. Find a bead to come out of, pretty close to where you want your pearl to sit. Okay, I've gone through 2 there, that's okay. Pull your thread through. And I've got a knot, great. Can't believe first video back and I get a knot. Alright, stop this again, sorry about that, and I'll get this knot out. Okay, I'm back. I got the knot out. That was a pain. Okay, so we've got the pearl sitting there in the middle of the ring. I just thought too I should give you the measurement of this ring if you'd like to know. It is 3 millimeters. Yeah, 3 millimeters, which makes it just over an inch. I can't remember what that measurement there is on an inch now. So if you're in America, you will know what that measurement right there is, but I'm not sure what that is now. Anyway, 3 millimeters across. Okay, so now we're going to add one of our 3 millimeter pearls. Just bring that over, and I want to cross from here over into the next row. So just choosing a bead, I'm picking one next to the larger pearl that we've already placed. Just go through that. Pulling it up nice and tight. Now picking up the pearl. Letting that fall down there next to the bead, the other pearl that we added. Sitting that there, picking up a 15, passing down through the pearl, and then back through the bead that we added the pearl to start with. Popping that up to sit where you want it to sit, nice and tight, pull in. Just arranging them. Okay, and I just want to see now if I've put anything else up there on the top. Nope. Okay, so now going to drop down. We're going to drop down. Where am I coming out there? 1 bead on the outside row. Oh, you could go through 2. Go through 2 if you like. Whatever's the easiest. It doesn't matter, they don't have to be exactly the same, your pairs. Got to remember they're sisters, not twins. So I'm going to pick up another, 3 millimeter pearl. I can find the hole. Nothing like not being able to see very well. Okay, picking up another 15. Dropping that down. Don't know if I like where that one's sitting. I want it to sit up a bit higher than that. Okay, I'm going to take that one off. This is totally up to you. You can arrange them any way that you like. Just whatever looks pleasing to you. Okay. I want to come back up 1 bead. So I'm going to pass back through that turquoise one there. Just pull my camera down a little bit more. Just so worried about going off camera. Okay, one should be enough. Yep. Picking up the pearl. And the 15-0. Bringing it down to the work. Yes, it's going to sit in a better position there, I think. Okay, pass down through the pearl, not the 15-0, of course. And back through the bead, the seed bead that you added the pearl to in the first place. Tell me I've got another knot or scream. No, it just needs to be pulled down tight. Okay. One's sitting nicely. And I'm going to, where am I going to go from here? On the front it doesn't matter, so you don't have to worry about showing your thread too much. I'm going to come across to this one here. Excuse me. I'm going to add in another 3mm. And a 15-0 in the dark blue. Back down through the pearl. And out the same seed bead that we went through to add the pearl. Just being careful not to get caught up on other beads and threads and whatnot there. Okay, pulling nice and tight now. They're all sitting nice and tight there. Just checking this one again. I want to kind of keep them fairly similar, but they don't have to be exact. So now I'm going to come back up through the bead next to our pearl. Oh, I thought I had a knot then, it's just the tail thread. Okay, we're going to add in our bigger pearl, which I think is a 4mm. It looks like a 4mm to me. One of the 15-0s in the dark blue. Pulling it down to the work. Now I probably could have used less thread than 1.5 arm's lengths, but rather than I really hate adding thread in, so yeah, I always add more than what I probably need. I don't know what it is about adding thread in, but I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but it's just a pain. Okay, pulling that pearl up, getting it to sit where you want it to sit. Nice and tight. Okay, that's roughly where I want it to sit. Just got to count how many pearls I have on this. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got 3 there, 4. So I've got to add 1 more in down below, but I'll do that a little bit later. We're going to start adding in some of the other beads. And I've forgotten to add, I've got bugles in here. I'll tell you, my brain is all over the place. I've got bugles in here as well, so I'm going to have to go and get those in a minute. All right, we'll just add one of our, where am I coming out of there? Add one of our little AB rice. This time we're going to use a turquoise 15-0 on top of it. I apologise for my shattered brain at the moment. It really is. It's just, I almost feel like I've got Alzheimer's. I haven't, but that's not my terminal illness at all. Just finding the bead that I was coming out of there. I don't like that's very loose there. Okay, I'm going to stop this here now and go and get my bugle beads, and I'll tighten this pearl as well while I'm at it, and then I'll come back to you. So I'll see you again shortly. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I've tightened up this pearl here. So, and I found my bugle beads. I don't know what the length of these ones is. I'll just measure them for you. And I haven't got a number for these because I've had them for such a long time. Probably over 10 years. Okay, they're 5mm, which is whatever that measurement is in inches. Is that 1/4 of an inch? I'd say that probably would be 1/4 of an inch. Anyway, most of the beads come in millimeters these days anyway, so 5mm. Okay, so now I'm going to come back up through this bead here, which is the one that the pearl's attached to. And as I said, you can place these wherever you want to place them, totally up to you. I'm going to grab one of my keep it on the needle, one of my bugle beads, and what have I used on the end of that? Okay, I've used the bigger beads because the little 15mm on a couple of them actually slid through, so I stuck to the 11-0 on that. Plus it looks quite nice on top when it's sitting there. Pop that down into place. Back down through your bugle bead, not the one, the seed bead. Just come through the bead. Sitting on this can get a little bit tight here. Just have to wiggle and find your way through it. Oops, too far. Okay. There we go. Pull that in nice and tight. Okay. Now I'm going to add, what am I going to add here? I think I'll add one of the rice beads. And the rice bead has a 15O in the turquoise. You can change it up. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to stick with. I'm just telling you what I've done. Okay, back down through the rice bead. My goodness, I'm just having so much trouble here today. So my coordination, my scattered brain, it's not working that great for me. All right. I don't want to go back through that same bead again because I've passed through it quite a few times. Find another one right next to it, come out there. Just make that bugle sit up. Just make your beads sit up where you want them to sit up. I might want to add another bugle in here, I think. So bugle and a 15O. Back down through the bugle. Just finding a bead there to go through. There we go. Put that one in. Okay, starting to come together now. Okay, I'm just thinking, so what do I want to add here? Alright, we might add some of the rizzos here, I think. So I'm going to come through that bead there next to it, where my thread's coming out. I hope this is fairly easy to follow along with, as if you're a subscriber to my channel and you've watched all my other ones. I just make up my patterns as I go along. I don't stick to a pattern. And if you're new, well, welcome. I should have welcomed you at the beginning. I'm sorry, but as I said, my brain is scattered. And if you are new and you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you did subscribe. Helps my channel out. Helps me bring these videos to you. And yeah, I've forgotten what I wanted to say now. Okay, I've picked up 3 rizzos. I'm just going to bring those down. I'm just having a look to see what they look like before, if I need to add any more. So I like the way that they're sitting in there. So now I'm just going to go through that. If you can just see there, underneath there, there's a turquoise bead. I'm just going to go through that one. Pull that in nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to add what do I want to add there? I'm going to pop in another pearl there, a 3mm dark blue one. This one with the 15O in the dark blue. Bring that down. Back through the pearl only. Come up through that bead there. sit that where I want it to sit. Okay, in here I'm going to add another one of the rice ABs with a 15mm in the turquoise. That just fills that spot out nicely. Back down through the Rizzo bead. And then just come through wherever you can come out there. At the bottom. Pulling it all nice and tight. It's starting to come together now. Okay, I want to pass back through these Rizzo beads to keep them, as you can see, they're still a bit loose there. We're going to come through this turquoise bead here. Okay, that's pulling them in nice and tight now. Okay, I need to add something in that section here where it's a bit open. So I'm going to come up through this bead here. Making sure not to get caught on anything. And what do I want to pop in there? I think I'll pop a couple of the bugles in there. So I've got one. Bringing that down to the work. Back through the bugle. And just the bugle. Okay, I've just got to turn this around, find a spot that wherever it can get through a bead. Which is there. This is a little bit fiddly, but it's a lot of fun. Very satisfying when you've finished. Just see, was one enough? Yeah, I think one's enough there. Okay, now I want to add some more Rizzo beads. So where am I coming out? I'm coming out of there. Okay, I'm going to add, bring these down where you can see them. Start with 3. I always like things in 3s to start with. That looks nice there. Just turning this over to see if I've got a bead. Yes, I do. That I can come out of there. Okay, I'm going to come back and tighten those up in a minute, but I'm wanting to get on with this for you so you're not hanging around all day. Picking up 3 more Rizzos. Seeing where they sit. So I'm going to go up underneath this Rizzo bead. There's a bead right under there. I want to kind of pull it up underneath the Rizzos, not having the hang right below. Actually, I might even go through this turquoise one here. Pull it tight. Yes, it's starting to look nice there. So I'm going to add some more of the Rizzos. Try another 3 to start with, see what it looks like. Bringing those down. Whoops, get up there. Bringing those in underneath. Yes, it's sitting nice. Finding a bead on the back that I can, right here. Just being careful not to get caught up. There we go. Okay, that's starting to look nice. Just place it next to the other one so I can see how much fuller I have to make it. So as you can see, they're not exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. They're earrings. Okay, maybe one more row of the Rizzos, and then I'm just going to, yeah, that might do it, I think. Okay, coming out of that middle one there, I want to come across to the side here. So I'm going to come back up through this green turquoise bead there. And this is all just what you like. So when you get to a shape that's pleasing to you, then you can stop. I don't know what happened then, my camera went a bit dark, but anyway, keep going, hopefully you can see. Still got my other light on there. I'm putting 4 on this time. I might go one more, make it a 5. And coming out of this turquoise, oops, sorry, I was totally off camera then. Coming out of this turquoise bead here, so I've just added 5 to my thread, brought them around underneath, which I'll show you in a sec. I didn't realise I was right off camera then. It's because the light's all changed now and I can't see what I'm doing as well. Okay, so they were the 5 here that I added in. See if I can add this light over here a little bit more. Hope you can still see all right. Okay, well I think that's probably should add a bit more over this side here. But because this light's so bad I can't see to do that at the moment. So I'm just going to finish off and I'll add some more later if I feel it needs it. So I'm just going to, I've turned the earring over and I'm just going to thread through some of these beads here at the back. Do a half hitch knot. Oh goodness, I can't grab the thread. Making sure you don't get that caught up on anything. Pass back through again so that the knot disappears. Okay, then we can snip that off. And I'll burn that thread off later. So that's the bottom half. As I said, I'm going to add a little, as you can see, it's a bit fuller on this side. Just push your beads around, fiddle them. Yeah, just needs to be a bit fuller. But we'll do the top part now, this part up here, which is done exactly the same way. So you're just going to do your square knot at the top, which you don't need to watch me do. So I will stop this video here, and I'm going to add 3 rows of our beads. I'll come back when I've done that, so you can if you're following along, you can catch up there. Just add the same 3 rows as we did down on the bottom half, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back now. And for some reason I've got extra light. I don't know what's going on with my camera. So I've done the rows around the top as we did for the bottom part there. Don't forget to go underneath and tighten to bring them all together. So now I've added on 10 of the 15 O's in the dark blue. We're going to make the loop that our EY attaches to. So it's sort of a little bit towards the back, if you can see there, just over the top of the ring. So come down through this bead here, should be the closest one to what we want. Okay, pull it in tight. I want to get back up through this one next to it. back up the one that we added the beads to start with. And we're just going to pass through those one more time to reinforce them. Goodness. There we go. This is just... Oh, I'm having so many troubles today. My eyes are just starting to go blurry now. Okay, pass back through that bead that the 15 O's are coming out of, going in the opposite direction to the turquoise one in front. Okay, now we're going to add a couple of rizzos there, so 3 rizzos. Three. Just getting those out of the way while we find the bead that we need to come through. No, this one here, one in front of that one. There we go. We'll pass through those later to tighten them up, so they're sitting there. And then in front of that, I've got one of the rice-shaped ABs, 15O turquoise. Passing back through the rice bead. Okay, that's sitting in there nice and tight. And I've got there, got a pearl up here somewhere. Pearl could probably sit there, so a 3mm pearl and a 15O in the dark blue. Passing back down through the pearl. Popping that in front. Pulling it nice and tight. And I'm going to come up through this turquoise bead right here. We're going to add on a bugle and an 11O in the Montana blue down through the bugle bead only. Back out through that turquoise one at the bottom. Popping that into place. Then I've got another pearl, the 3mm in the dark blue. and a 15-0. Back down through the pearl. Down, goodness gracious. Back through the bead that the pearl is sitting on. Okay, pulling that nice and tight. I'm just going to check that and make sure I've got it. That looks about right to me. Okay, then here we're going to pick up a couple of 11-0s. So just mixing the colours up there, bringing those down to the work. So we've got 2 on, 2 beads on the thread. And I'm just going to cross over to the one next to it and come out. This is a new stitch that I've been doing lately. So I'm sharing it with you. I'll just show you the bracelet that I did that matches this. Where did I put it? Here it is. This is the bracelet that matches it. So we're doing this stitch here, which just makes it nice and full, very interesting, something different. We'll be doing this video shortly. I'll show you how to make this bracelet. So that's what it looks like on. I think it's very interesting. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. We're doing this bit here. So we're going to pick up 2 more. Just pick up whatever colours you like together. Bring them down to the work. Popping the bead next to it. And you just have to flatten them out like that, otherwise they sit next to each other. So just place your thumb on them, give them a little wriggle under your thumb. Okay, 2 more. It doesn't matter which 11-0s you're picking up. Down to the work. Finding a bead next to it. Okay, I'm just going to turn this upside down now to make it a bit easier. I'm going to come out of a bead here. Two more. So I'm just changing these up, picking up one of each one each time, different ones. So I've got those 2 on there at the moment. I can't think of the names of them, sorry. Doesn't matter. They just pick them up randomly. And I'm going to go next to it. Okay, giving that a bit of a press. So you can see what I'm doing there. So you just keep doing that all the way down, as I have on this one here, down to the bottom, and then just at the back finish your work off. So just thread through, tie, do a half hitch knot, and then all you have to do is add the ear wire, which we'll do now. Where is it? Over here. I'm so sorry, I did intend on keep going and finishing this, but my eyesight's just getting too bad at the moment, and I'm just feeling a little bit not so good. Yuck, actually. But I promise I will put out another video next week. Just get that nice and straight. Okay, forget that the thread's attached to it and that I haven't finished that front part there. But that's our pair of earrings. I think they're beautiful. They match beautifully with the bracelet, which I said we will do in an upcoming video. And obviously that won't be a one-part video, it'll be a couple of parts at least, because there's quite a bit of work that's gone into that. The hibiscus button on the back, which I'm going to change that actually, it's too small, so I need to place something bigger on there. But yeah, there we go. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. As I said, it helps my channel out, helps me to bring more of these videos to you. And yeah, everybody have a lovely week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Okay, bye everyone.